Hello, I'm Rain Graves. I'm a two-time Bram Stoker award-winning writer, a retired Tanganista, an FOI and TOI priestess, and Publishers Weekly has called my poetry Bukowski Meets Lovecraft back in 2009. This is my little flash fiction piece that I wrote for Ladies in Horror. I hope you like it. It's called The Andromeda Tree. We sat in the valley of a red sand basin in Sudan, forgotten by wind and time. Silence was God, and we were goddess. A single acacia tree, leafy with long needle-like thorns. We stood tall and outstretched amidst the sky. Many rusted chains wound round our trunk with locks glinting through the dust of time. An ancient plaque with hieroglyphics sat at our roots. It read, "Do not break the silence." Faint vibrations were felt in the distance, different from the musical timing of game. We'd felt elephants, hyenas, and lions for millennia. None had come to pass for a decade. There was no water. The vibration was distinct, human, 4 days away. One foot was heavier than the other, sometimes adjusting weight. When the old man arrived, he saw the sign but couldn't read it. We waited for each exhale of his breath, drinking in scattered emotion, torn thoughts, and the weighty feeling of unrequited love. Tears streamed down his face. He touched a lock within our chains, fingering names. We remembered him then, a boy of 16, careful not to prick himself as he attached it. The names burned into us. Samuel plus Jessa, forever, 6/18/75. We smelled Samuel's desperation. The gift he had been granted by us was his life story, a happy one. We could see Jessa's wrinkled face in the tears that fell to our roots. We soaked her image up and watched her die through his eyes. Our sap tightened in our veins and silence drew close. We felt his doubts as he paced. Nothing had changed since 31 BC, when a young, desperate queen had come to conceal her much-loved soldier from a rival. My queen, my soldier, myself, my silence. This our ancient tomb. At twilight, Samuel pulled a heavy terracotta urn from his pack. He reached inside, holding a fistful of dust. Silence covered us like a heavy purple cloak. We inhaled the scent of Jessa's burnt bones as he dusted our roots with her. We felt her horror. She was still in them. Samuel had said the words as she burned. His bare feet circled us, stepping on fallen thorns. He leaned into the pain in penance. Her tiny pieces begged him to stop. She could not rally her being. Samuel's words kept her separate, incomplete. She had not been wrapped in linen or protected. The jackal had not been called. Samuel finished and set the jar down. Silence grew thick and windy, waiting. A storm brewed in the distance. 4 claps of thunder cracked like the beat of ibis wings. Lightning forked a path toward us. For a moment, we thought he wouldn't speak. Samuel gathered his entire being, clenched his fists, and screamed. The sky opened up for the ibis, a looming, terrifying creature. It snatched him up by the shoulders and met my outstretched limbs in the belly of the starlit sky. Silence deafened us, feeling freedom. I trudged my roots upward, out of quicksand. My bark scraped flesh, breaking apart. Chains tore at my waist. I gripped them, lock by lock, shards of nails tearing them apart. My eyes spiked lightning into Samuel as the ibis dropped him onto my branches, thorns catching on skin, poking through organs. I tore muscle from bone, sinking my needle teeth deep into him, seeking my prize, the unweighed heart. The ibis did the business of taking his soul above me into the eye of the storm, into the silence. With each step, Jessa's dust sank deep into the red desert. Her bones knitted into roots, growing. Silence slipped from my tether. For the first time in several thousand years, I was alone. Fatigue took me, and I slept, not caring about anything but that I was free. When the eye of the sun rose, it burned upon the red sand. Dried blood crusted the corners of the young woman's mouth. A man lay next to her. She did not wake him. She looked up at the small, spindly tree a few paces away. A baboon was in its branches, eating forbidden fruit. It pointed down at the plaque. Do not break the silence. This time it was in Swahili. The lost queen smiled, roused her Roman soldier with a finger to her lips. They stood and walked away from the acacia tree and the silence, souls unweighed yet again. Well, I hope you liked it. Have a great day.